What is going on, everybody? Bobby Fi here. Going to be going over today's baseball slate. Had a pretty good night last night in baseball. Not so good in basketball. Cashed in both my 888s. Anything from the Dodgers would have been helpful. Could have had a chance to win, but just got nothing from them. But it is what it is. Had enough of the athletics to get me at least some money. So I did want to remind everybody that I really hope you guys look at our packages. We're probably at some point, we're probably going to just stop doing these videos because we want to cater to our members. And at the same time, I really think we have the most competitive offering in the business. Okay. We're charging less than $1 a day more than SaberSim is. So it's like what, $20 more for the ultimate pack. So it's $320 instead of $297. But in addition to that, you get all of Sheets' projections, all of Goldie's projections, all of my exact exposures, all of Brandon Cruz's NASCAR content, which is now all behind the paywall. All of the Paydirt DFS, we partnered with them. We get all of their content as well, which is awesome. Stack Finder is also great for sports betting. I really think that you should give us a chance. We're still working on redoing the site. Like I said, probably about 3 weeks away, maybe a little bit less. But all the information is there, and the numbers speak for themselves. We've absolutely had an incredible year. So I really hope you guys give us a look because we like doing these videos for free, but we're doing so many videos. I'm doing 2 to 5 a day every day. And I just feel like maybe that time could be better spent for our subscribers, unless we get the love we need here. And maybe would love to grow our subscriber base as well. D Pope says, seems like a lot of different routes. I don't know if he's referring to the company or the slate. No, we want to provide our customers with the most. If it is about the company, we want to provide them with the most options possible. There's a lot of different, really cool things. We'll get James back on in a short time to do this. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about everything. Going on today. Sorry. So look, 4-game slates. I'm going to tell you guys what I do. I'm going to go straight to team stat or stack exposure, and I want 0 5-mans. That's one way to just get a little bit different on 4-game slates. It makes a lot of sense. And I will pick out some players too. Aaron Judge, these are not necessarily going to be off the board, but I'm not necessarily going to be in stacks either. But I bet you're going to have a good amount of them. Aaron Judge, let me just see who I set my exposures on. Judge, Turner, and Turang. Usually it's going to be the high stolen base with power upside or the high power upside, depending on who it is. I also did not touch the pitching yet, so this is what I'm getting right now. I'm going to change. Sorry, Deep Ups is the slate. Yeah, and I like last night. I mean, I really wish I had treated last night's 12-gamer, which 12 games you want to be 5-man stacking, but last night, just none of the stacks were that great except for the A's. Really, there was one stack that really stood out. Oh, I guess you had the 2 early games too, in Tampa Bay. I kind of forgot about that game happened. I felt like it was so long before the slate ended. So anyway, but yeah, we're going no 5-mans today. And I'm just going to double check the weather. The last I heard, we were going to be probably okay, but I want to double check before I get into it any further. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, it might be delays in there somewhere, but I can't predict exactly when that's going to be. So we're just going to treat it as a usual slate for right now. So, all right, let's talk about pitching first of all. Sorry. So this is what I'm getting when I run the Sims. I'm not necessarily in love with it. I do like Gavin Williams. I think he's he's very solid, obviously. Will Warren, I don't feel as strongly about, but I'm okay with it. I don't really love any of these pitching options, I guess is the best way to put it. Who am I fading based on this thing? So Luzardo, I don't even love Luzardo. I actually kind of like the St. Louis on the other side. Luzardo's been really good for what it's worth most of the time. He's had a couple of wishy-washy outings, but I kind of like the idea of getting different on this slate. So I'm okay with kind of what it's giving me. The one thing that I don't feel great about is this Fetty thing. I really don't know if there's enough of a chance. He's coming off of just an absolutely monster complete game shutout. That's not going to happen all that often. I would like to maybe lower my exposure to Fetty a little bit because I want a little more Phillies maybe. So we're going to do that. I'm not going to worry about the min maxes on these slates. Yeah, I'm taking a look here. Okay, well, that's one I could lower a little bit. But again, I don't love any of this, and I feel like there's a good argument for a contrarian stack every which way you go. Maybe we could argue that Castillo's a little bit of a better play than he's getting treated like. Just bump him up a percentage point or two and then rerun things. As far as team stacks go, you can see I'm getting to all kinds of Cardinals. Now, how many of those are 4-man? There'll be 0 5-mans, but most of them 4-mans, not all of them. And then we've got San Francisco, Arizona, Yankees. So maybe I cap this. I do like St. You know, I'm not going to cap St. Louis because I do kind of like them, but I kind of want more of the Phillies. I know they're going to have some ownership, but again, I'm getting 4-mans. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to have weird. Look at my stack exposures. There's going to be some weirdness. This one's actually a little more correlated. But I do think that getting to maybe just getting a little bit more of Philly. I just think this matchup is a little bit too good for them to be ignored. So I even on a small slate, I don't love playing chalk, but I think that's a good way to go. Cleveland with their high ownership, I'm getting off of that for the most part. I understand it, but I just don't want to play the chalk on this slate. So I didn't tweak that much. We're going to rerun things in a minute, and then I'll just sort of talk through, this is what I'm doing. Whatever you're doing is throw in questions and thoughts, because I played these 4 games way different. It's okay, Joseph. There could be a delay at some point in Philly. I don't think it's going to be a cancellation, not based on what I've read. But that's where I'm at. If we hear anything else before lock, I'll let you know. Sorry about this. I also did want to remind everybody that we have the trials going right now as well. And I think that, even if you've used them before, it's a good way to see sort of what you're working with anyway. I think it's worth it. Go to GameStack, the D-backs Giants game. I'm okay with that. It's a good question, Kes fan. Look, it's obviously, that stadium's no picnic, but it's better during the day and it's a little warmer. It's 10 degrees warmer than it was last night, for example. I'm good with that. I think that's totally fair. And I don't think it's especially contrarian. Let me just double check the ownerships of those teams. But I was looking for spots. It's just they're so hard to find. Yeah, they're good. Arizona's probably. Oh no, they're pretty popular. 5 guys, double digits, and then San Francisco. San Francisco will be a little bit lower owned. Okay, you can go with that. San Francisco. Beware. I'm trying to look at who might be a pinch hit risk for. Matos is definitely pinch hit risk. VR, Sam Huff. Those guys are all probable pinch hit risks. Not probable pinch hits, but like definitely at risk of it. That's the only thing I would say about that, but that's all right. I don't mind that. So let's see what we're getting now. And did I run the Sims again? No, I did not. We must run the Sims. This is just what we'd be getting without the Sims. And yeah, I think the Gavin Williams makes. I don't love this Will Warren at this owner. Let me go to my strikeouts numbers here, or the Saber Sim strikeout numbers. 5.92, 5.39. They're pretty similar ranges, which is going to mean I'm okay being a little bit spread out with that. I don't love any of these guys, to be honest with you. Somebody's going to have a good game. All right, so there we go. Now, look, see, now I'm getting the San Francisco to get a little bit different. And as far as 4-man stacks, yeah, okay. So we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for St. Louis against Philly, and that's sort of the story right now. Now, do we need to? I don't know that we need still the Will Warren as much, but we can make a swap before the 12:45, the 3:45 Eastern game. If I wanted to switch over, I definitely could have the option to do so. So that is something I will consider doing. But I'm kind of okay with this for what it's worth. Like, so the stack types, again, I don't mind getting a little weird on these slates. Like you get 2 guys who have big games that make up for a whole stack. I cashed on a 12-game slate with a 5-man Dodger stack last night. They scored 1 run. Okay, so you can win lots of different ways in DFS. So I'm going to save this just so I have something in there for now. I'll take a quick look and when we get lineups out and see what I want to go to. Oops, why did it do that? Apply and save. Okay, and wait, why didn't that work? Save the contest. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do this. And then we're going to edit. I'm not playing on FanDuel for what it's worth this morning. Those small slates on FanDuel are just not where it's at for me. So there we go. And there we have it. All right. So we're in business. I'll hand build my big one when I get out of here. Any other questions or thoughts, guys? Kind of an easy, quick slate. I'll be live later to cover the 9-gamer for the evening and talk a little NBA as well. Really disappointed last night. I felt like the Nuggets win that game like 90% of the time. They went 1 of 16 outside of Jokic from 3 last night in the fourth. That's not going to cut it. As badly as he was shooting, I did think that there was a noticeable drop-off at the end without Westbrook. And I think Porter Jr. just seems to be lost out there right now. But you never know with guys like that. It's just a couple of threes going down, and all of a sudden you might be looking at a 7-8-3 game and changing the pace. But like, kind of sad because I do think Denver is the favorite. Anyway, good luck to everyone tonight. Hope you guys crush it. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully top of the leaderboards. I'll certainly see you at 5:30 Eastern for maybe 5:45 Eastern for live. Good luck, guys.